We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Quavo was at Cardi B's concert. She did not bring him on stage, but he did say, "Sis, aka Cardi B, show was amazing, overly proud, great job." So this was right before Nori said on the Jason Lee podcast that Off to Cheat slept with Sweetie years ago. Okay, which allegedly I heard it was really her friend, but maybe her friend Sweetie and Off the Cheat had a threesome. That's why he did it. But the point of the matter is, Quavo was at the concert because he's trying to do a song with Cardi B. Okay, he's working on some music, solo music, and he wants to do a record with Cardi B. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Now, Off the Cheat is not too happy about it, but I don't think Off the Cheat can really say anything, especially right now, because you got gambling debts, you're a cheater, you're broke. You got a lot of other things to focus on instead of focusing on who Cardi B collaborates with. And right now, Cardi B don't really owe Off the Cheat any loyalty because he really didn't give her no loyalty. No shade. Even though technically Sweetie and Cardi B were never friends, I've heard he slept with a few of Cardi B friends, though. Allegedly. Okay, we're not going to get into that tea, but he has slept with some of the strippers that Cardi B used to strip with, some of her friends, allegedly, behind the scenes. But ultimately, I think the main reason why they broke up was because of his financial situation. I don't think it had anything to do with the cheating, because Stefan Diddy ain't no better. Okay, she went from a serial cheater to a serial baby maker, so it don't really matter. It's like, what's the difference? You know, you got a cheater, and then you got somebody that cheats and gets people pregnant and then choked out his chef. So it is what it is, but let me know if you guys would be here for a Quavo and Cardi B collaboration. I'm like two washed up artists on a song. I can pass on that. No shade. I mean, Quavo's washed up, Cardi B is washed up. I don't really understand why they would need to work together. I definitely think it will debut at number 80 on the Hot 100 though. It might get uglier than Cardi B's original face because it looks like Nicki Minaj is throwing some slight shade towards Beyonce and SZA. It was reported that Nicki Minaj has become the highest streamed Black female artist for a single song in one day across any genre on Spotify. Her feature on Beauty and the Beat has surpassed the previous record set by Texas Hold'em and Kill Bill. Texas Boredom is Beyonce's song and Kill Bill is by SZA. And Nicki Minaj responded with the Barbie emoji sticking her tongue out. Wow. So a lot of people feel like this is shade towards Beyonce and SZA. I'm here for the shade because SZA definitely deserve it more than Beyonce. SZA, you know, she was exposing text messages and being really thirsty. That's why she's always been the side chick, never the main. But I wish Nicki would put it in the music. I feel like it's time. This would be the moment to really gag and drop something. Like, a lot of eyes are on her. I think a lot of the haters and the fans would tune in. I think a lot of celebrities would tune in. I think this would be the moment for her to pop out with Justin or, you know, drop something. I know that it may not happen, but I definitely think it would gag the life. I think people are waiting to see what Nicki Minaj has in store. Nicki Minaj also tweeted, "This is kind of crazy. Love you guys. I got you, I promise." Because Nicki Minaj pulled in 18.6 million streams yesterday. Okay? And so, you know, she was saying that she might, or she was alluding that she might drop something or do something for the fans. Hopefully it's popping out at Coachella and dropping a single. Okay, that's what really needs to happen, but you never know. Now, a lot of people are speculating that Nicki Minaj was throwing shade at Queen Bee because Cardi B said this last year, "Why you keep bringing up my album? It's not the gag you think it is. You've been in the game for 16 years. You need to compare yourself to your peers." Rihanna, Taylor, Champagne Thickums. Those are the numbers you need to be competing with. And can't because you doing lower than all of them. I was in high school when you came out. What the F you comparing yourself to me for? So a lot of fans are saying that now Nicki will be calling out the numbers and other artists because Cardi B said that Nicki does lower numbers compared to her peers. That's what Cardi B had said last year. Even though technically Queen B is not her peer because Queen B came out in the 90s and then SZA came out in the late 2010s. But a lot of people were trying to say like she's a flop compared to Beyonce. The Beehive always drag her. SZA fans get cocky even though the SZA and Doechii record flopped. They was more quiet than a church mouse. But let me know how y'all feel about this. It's going to be interesting to see if Beyonce and Camel Face will respond to the slick shade because they be on social media under different accounts. So it's going to be very interesting because Camel Face and Beyonce are expected to drop some new music. So it's going to be interesting to see if they respond to the shade from Nicki Minaj or if they will ignore it. I think they're going to ignore it on social media, but they're going to address it in the music. I definitely think that Nicki will be addressed in the music. Now, moving on from that, according to Anna Kendrick, who is an actress, she said on a show years ago, I know it's not recent, that Katy Perry finger banged her cleavage and said it was weird, okay, in an interview that is resurfacing onto the internet, obviously due to the fact that Ruby Rose says she was essayed by Katy. In my opinion, it's not looking good for Katy right now. There's a lot of allegations against her. I know her team said that they might look into suing. I think that they should do that as soon as possible if people are lying. Okay, especially Ruby Rose. If she feel like Ruby Rose is lying, I think she definitely should sue if it's false, right? Because what happens is if you allow these allegations to stick, your career is going to be dead. Look what happened with Lizzo, okay, with them essay allegations. She never fully recovered, okay, even with the weight loss. You can't have these type of allegations against you and expect to still be thriving in your career, especially right now with Katy. Musically, she's not thriving. I don't think it's necessarily her fault that she's not thriving musically because she was technically blackballed years ago. But I feel as though it's not going to help. It's not going to make people want to listen to your music or the industry want to push you again, okay? So if I was Katy, if these allegations are false, you need to take legal action. You can't let it slide because people's careers easily could be over because of something like this, okay? So now here comes Nicki Minaj's half-sister, the bum, Ming, doing another interview promoting God knows what because her career's in the toilet. But this is what she had to say.
You went to the Cardi B concert.
I was shady for that, wasn't I?
Nah, I mean, look,
I wasn't trying to be.
Okay,
I really
so you weren't trying to be.
I wasn't trying to be shady. I felt like, you know, at the time I was hanging out with my friends and my peoples, and they wanted to go out, and I want to go out too. And if I'm not staying in the house by myself, so it was like, if I go outside, drink, have fun, or stay in the house, be bored, watch TV, I ain't doing that shit. So I was like, it's like for the one time. And everyone that was hitting on me or was loving me after that, they was still on my Instagram page, still on my TikTok, still following me around. So I feel like at the end of the day, no matter what I do, it's gonna either be a blessing and a curse when it comes to my sister.
But you don't feel like you have to pick a side? Like,
I don't feel like I gotta pick a side. I feel like, you know, if y'all not putting money in my pockets, y'all not, and then there's no side to pick. Or if I feel like y'all not even my family or y'all not in our family circle to tell me anything, you can't really let me know about what I should and should not feel. And it's like I'm still young, so it's like, you know, we're all gonna have a liking to some artists.
Now, besides Ming looking like a crackhead in this interview, she looks disgusting and terrible. No shade. Like, she went on camera looking like she's on drugs. And that's just my opinion on it. Like, she looks a mess. Besides that, I feel like if you're a loyal person, you would always choose the person that's, been around you versus somebody that you don't even really know. Now, I don't think Nicki and Ming have a close relationship, and that's obvious. But she has no relations to Cardi B. Okay? Cardi B is not putting money in your pocket either. You talk about, oh, well, if nobody's putting money in my pocket, da-da-da-da. Cardi B's not putting money in your pocket either. You paid to see Cardi. She didn't even give you no free tickets. I highly doubt that Cardi B gave her a free ticket. Okay? Like, no, bum. What happened was you're upset that Nicki Minaj would not help your career. This is the real tea. No, allegedly. You're upset that Nicki Minaj wouldn't help your rap career. So you ran to D0NE, got your ass beat on baddies. You started building resentment towards Nicki Minaj. And then you were like, let me link up with her ops. That's what happened. Okay? You're mad because Ming wanted to be an artist. She still does. She wanted to be an artist. That's why she went on baddies. She's put out music before. If you have been following her on social media, you know that she's done music and her music is trash. So with that being said, Ming does have to receive 50,000 lashes because she's a little slow. And also, Cardi B still doesn't fuck with her. And, she looks like a clown. You went to the concert, you got dragged. Cardi B didn't help you. Cardi B is not going to be your mentor. Your career's still in the toilet. You look a hot mess. So you did all of that for no reason. Clown ting. Now, it looks like Sexyy Red is allegedly dissing Megan Thee Stallion, according to the fans. Sexyy Red put out a song called Her, with DJ Holiday. And she said, B-words hating on me because I'm her. And if you guys remember, Megan Thee Stallion has a song called Her, okay? And recently, Sexyy Red said that she would not work with Megan Thee Stallion, or she liked a comment saying that she would not work with Megan. So a lot of people feel like now she dissing Megan in records, which I like Sexyy Red, but I don't know if I think she can go bar for bar with Megan Thee Stallion. Now, I think Doja Cat can give Megan a run. Doechii definitely could out-rap Megan. Nicki out-rap Megan. But Sexyy Red, I don't know about that. I feel like Sexyy Red better hope that Megan pays this dust, which I think she's going to shade Sexyy Red on her album Act 3 when that drops. I think she's going to be shading her on the album, but I don't think she's going to outright drop a diss record, especially since, this is just a little subliminal. But I don't know if Sexyy Red want to go down that road. I don't know. I don't think it would be smart, only because, in my opinion, I feel like no shade, Megan can outbar Sexyy Red. Sexyy Red doesn't have a lot of talent, in my opinion. I think Sexyy Red makes better music. Like, I think Gorilla makes better music than Megan Thee Stallion, but can she out-rap Megan? No. Okay, so it's going to be interesting. I wonder what's causing Sexyy Red to now diss Megan. You posted Bigfoot, when that dropped in 2024. How comes now you dissing her? Now, Zärä and Tyla, she did it again. We got to get into that. The music video I thought was pretty decent. I would have liked a dance break or something. I would have liked them to do a dance break. I thought a dance break was coming. I was like, are they about to get in their Shakira and Beyonce bag? But that didn't happen. Okay? It kind of gave me that Rihanna and Shakira vibe a little bit more, though, because they was whining them hips. But overall, I did like the song. I feel like this is another hit for Tyla. At first, I thought Zara Larsson's part was a little bit out of place, but after listening to it a few more times, I was like, okay, she doesn't sound too bad on the song. At first, I was like, she kind of sounds a little bit awkward. I definitely think that this song is a hit for Tyla Hopefully the fans will support it, because I know a lot of times people will support something on social media, but in real life, y'all don't really be effing with it, okay? So there's a lot of artists that y'all like on social media, but then y'all don't support them in real life. So hopefully y'all really support the song. The song, in my opinion, I would give it like an 8.5 out of 10. So, I do like it. Moving on from that, Justin Bieber earns 100 million single day streams on Spotify for the first time in his career. Wow. He's getting more attention from Coachella than when his album dropped. When his album dropped last year, Swag, it wasn't doing these type of numbers. So it seems as though people are now trying to support Justin Bieber. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Patreon on Taylor, Selena, David, and the Celeste case on Patreon. Link will be in the description. And I hope you have a great day.